Hello, Mr. Chavez. I'm good and Gucci. How about you?
I'm not too bad, not too bad.
I would just like to say that I do have, my business partner, Dilly Doe. She's currently held up with something, but she said that she can try and make it soon.
Very good. Yeah, I wanted to meet beforehand because I know after tsunami it's gonna get a little crazy again.
Yeah, we do have some things planned after Storm too, so.
Easy. So, you sent your have you put in a business proposal just yet?
What was the last part?
The business proposal. I see Vanilla Unicorn, Innocence Boulevard.
Yes. Is that not the business proposal?
Yep, I see it right there. So, we got a little bit of an issue.
What's the issue? Is it my criminal record?
No, it's this deed. Doesn't really look valid.
It doesn't look valid.
Yeah. This guy, he's let me pop that open real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So let me take a look at this. Yeah. So, is this the owner of the VU? Like, so what is this? Maybe I'm looking at it wrong.
Hold on, let me grab it. Because I only met with the guy like 2-3 times when we were like, the first 2 times was like over the phone, and then like the third was like, in person to like sign over the stuff. But yeah, no, he's the owner, or to my knowledge, he's the owner, or like he just runs the place and stuff like that. But he hasn't been like around in like a fat ass minute to be doing anything. So
I'm gonna do you a favor here. What if we instead rent it out to you? Because here's the problem, right? Selling a location is, I don't see the justices signing off on this. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the thing is, there's like federal restrictions around giving up buildings, even like that, without getting like millions and millions and millions of dollars. Port Center, for example, is 270 mil. Believe it or not.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. But I think the middle ground there is getting a monthly, like, monthly allocation, maybe 10% tax, something along those lines.
Okay.
As long as the books look good. Listen, I don't need to, the money, the county's not starving for money. And, obviously I don't make a dime off it, but, 10% at least, I think would make it look like, it would make it look legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, honestly, like I have no issues. Because like I'm gonna be so honest, from like me and Dale's perspective, we just want, a place to run a business out of, We weren't like necessarily like looking for like, I mean, ideally, we would want ownership, but given like the state that we're currently in, as of right now, it's just like, we're just like willing to like give back to the community, do something for everyone, have like a nice low key, just simply that, if you are looking for like a percentage to, state that, hey, this is a legitimate business and stuff like that, then that is all fine and dandy, I see no issue with it.
Okay. Let's get your proposal in place, and I'm going to talk to a judge as well to see how they feel about it. If it was my choice, I think we'd make it more normalized, but there's not exactly clear guidance on that. And the last thing I want is, because the biggest trouble is gonna be like this, right? And I don't have an answer for you on this. Is if you're working the VU and y'all get robbed, it's gonna be a question of, is it your place or is it not your place?
Right.
You feel me? And I don't know how that's gonna get held up in court, because me signing on anything doesn't necessarily mean shit. That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah. So as long as you understand that, like, you know the risk going into it. I mean, I'm down to go forward. So
Yeah, yeah, I've thought about, to my knowledge, I've thought about like a lot of possibilities that could like go wrong with stuff or whatever,
mm.
especially for a business like the Vanilla Unicorn. It's like, oh, she's on her way.
Oh, fantastic.
But yeah, it's just like sometimes some things are worth the risk. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if shit happens, I'm more than willing to like take it on the chin and deal with it accordingly. But you know, it's not the end of the world if some
Yeah,
massive like catastrophe happens.
makes sense. Makes sense. Um,
How's your morning been?
Not too bad. You know, I'm just getting the day started, making sure all the bullshit's out of the way. There's always usually a lot of bullshit every morning. Got to
Hmm.
sign this, look at this, submit that. You know what I mean? But I can't really complain.
I mean, you've been mayor for like what, 3 terms, 4 terms?
Uh, yeah, about to end my fourth in about 6 weeks, I think.
Oh my God. How does it feel to be Los Santos' popular?
I wish it would be, it's good. At the same time, it's not exactly, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's, I'm doing work for the entire, I might as well be the mayor of this San Andreas, you know what I mean? Because I've,
Hmm.
I've got very little help. I'm going to be honest. Thing is, there's a lot that needs to be done, and I've been doing it. So, I mean, I'm happy with, where things have landed. So,
Hmm.
that's kind of the bright side and all. How about yourself?
Right.
How have things been?
Pretty good, you know. I'm just literally dabbling into like the business world officially. And, have like a radio show coming out later tonight. I'm excited for that. We went all out for it.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, it's gonna be so good. Very messy. So good.
Okay. Um,
We like we just went all out. I just like want to really just give back to the community and make sure that everyone's like having a good time, honestly.
oh, here she comes.
Hello, Dell. How are you?
Hey
How
guys.
you
So
doing?
sorry for the wait. Good, how are you?
Very good. How about yourself? Well, I just asked, but
I'm doing wonderful.
all right. So, I was just telling Dildo, sorry, Aries here, that
Hmm.
purchasing the VU or owning it is an unlikely scenario.
Yeah.
And that is because federal restriction, like, listen, if you wanted to own it, it'd probably be like 50 million. And
Yeah.
that wouldn't be, I don't know what the actual price is, but I'm just weighing like how it was sort of conveyed to me in the past. Now, if let's say shit like really popped off over there, which maybe we could put a request in for something like that. But the better option here is to instead have the county rent it out. And that way y'all ain't having to foot an entire bill, while at the same time it kind of avoids a lot of like legal hurdles, I guess, right? Because
Yeah.
that is a big question that's going to come up, is like, do they own it or do they not own it? And that's a tough one to battle. So
Yeah, I mean we did figure as much. I think I speak for both of us when I say I think the VU in and of itself, it's a lot more than just a location. I think for us it's more of what it entails as a business. I think us having a business at the VU is just as good. I think owning the location is just a formality.
Mhm.
To be honest, we're more interested in, being able to run our business, run our events out of the VU, just making sure that we are good to do that. So if renting is the way that we
Mhm.
like formalize that process, that's perfect.
Okay. Okay. Uh, awesome. Here is what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to get in contact with the judge. I'll even send him like a little message, and I'm going to make sure that things are kosher on their end. And I was suggesting that we do like maybe a 10% like tax back to the county to legitimize it. And you know what?
Okay.
Let's even do like 5%. Let me see what the judges think would be appropriate. Um, and I think that way, because the balance here, right, is like I got to make sure that I say balance, but the biggest concern really always is going to come down to if you do it for one, you got to do it to many, right? And so,
Right.
and I think that was the concern of the feds as well. If like the mayor's just kind of handing out properties, right? What's stopping someone from owning an entire city for $1?
No, that's very valid.
Yep. So I'm doing very similar with JJ over in Merrill Park in that he wants to like rent out that property. So give me like till tomorrow and let me get you the precise details. So
Sounds good.
Okay.
all right,
Sounds
easy. All right, guys. Any other questions for me?
good. Mm,
Not for me.
All
No,
right,
for me.
easy. All right, awesome. I will be in touch. Please do call me. Let's say tomorrow afternoon.
I can do
Yep.
that.
All right, awesome.
Sounds good.
All right, fantastic.
Thank
all right,
you, Nina.
Have a good one. Nino.
anytime. Y'all stay safe.